What we need in this country today are informed citizens. We need to know what's going on. And if you're watching TV news and those kind of things to get the information you need as an informed citizen, that's probably not going to happen. You're going to have to read the blogs, the internet, books, whatever will provide information if you don't want to know what's going on in the United States. We have to have our antennae up. We have to understand that things are changing in the United States. Any cursory study of police in this country, the military, will tell you that we are slowly moving into a police state. In fact, some people believe that we're already in a police state. In such a state of affairs or government, justice is going to be very, very difficult to come by. A case in point is of Marco Sauceda. He's a 30-year-old Honduran living in Lufkin, Texas. Supposedly or allegedly, neighbors had contacted the police and said a black man was kicking in the door of his house. The police arrive, of course, today, which is the normal course. They barge in the house to find Marco Sauceda in his own home. He sees the police. He's a timid man, some say with the mind of a child. He ran into the bathroom. Well, that's a normal reaction because the way police dress today in their helmets, their SWAT team gear, their large guns, sometimes arriving in assault vehicles, it is quite frightening. Finally, the police bang down his door of the bathroom, drag him into the living room where they put a 3 or 4 inch gash in his head, slam him face down. He's charged with resisting arrest. He's charged with resisting arrest. It goes to trial. His lawyer, of course, thinks, well, this is a pretty good case. This is an innocent man in his own home. The police barge in, throw him face down, pepper spray him, by the way, kick him around, but he's charged with resisting arrest. The jury actually thought he had been done wrong. They told the judge he had been done wrong, but the law is the law. He, by not completely complying when the police came in and ran and hid in his bathroom, was found guilty of resisting arrest. He got 30 days in jail, which was the minimum penalty, and a monetary fine. He got fined and put 30 days in jail. He's wearing orange now, folks, because he ran from the police and hid in the bathroom, somebody he was afraid of. But the point is this: we do have a Bill of Rights, and the Bill of Rights protects us if we can get it enforced in the courts today, which is becoming more difficult, especially with some Supreme Court decisions. The point is, there's a Third Amendment which says soldiers can't enter our home, anybody looking like the military, and that would include the police today because they are paramilitary units. We have a Fourth Amendment which says you have to have a warrant before you enter somebody's house, and if you enter upon somebody's premises, in the early days, before the Constitution was written and after the Constitution was written, Americans could tell the police to leave if they didn't have a warrant. But today, if you meet a policeman at the door and he's coming in your home without a warrant and you say, and this is in most states because they have laws that dictate this, please, where's the warrant? That's resisting arrest. You can be slammed face down and found guilty of a crime in your own home. This is what happened to Marco Sauceda. As I said, most states today have laws saying you cannot resist a police officer even if they enter your home without a warrant, and they're pushing you around. What does that say? Well, what that says is the distinction between private property, what you own, and public property is becoming increasingly blurred. In fact, if this continues and the courts keep saying that police can do this and allow them to do that, there will be no such thing as private property. We will move into a statist regime. The Supreme Court has ruled shortly, about a month and a half ago, in Kentucky versus King, that if the police show up at the wrong door, wrong address, wrong person, and they might smell pot inside, they can bash down your door without a warrant and go in and arrest you. And again, when that door goes down, a lot of people are going to go, whoa, stop. If you do that, that's resisting arrest, and you're guilty of a crime. The other stark thing that really troubles me as an attorney, and I've seen this in the courtroom, when you go into that courtroom and you've been charged by the police with a crime and by the prosecutor, when you go into that courtroom, the judge, the prosecutor, and the police form a triad. against you. It's something very, very difficult to overcome. And if you don't have the money, if you're not O.J. Simpson or some famous personality that can hire a Johnny Cochran and great attorneys, the probability of you being found guilty are very, very high. So what can we do about this thing? I keep emphasizing the people who wrote our Constitution and gave us the Bill of Rights were not hotheads. They were not crazy. They were learned people. They knew that we needed a legal system that would protect us. They knew that we needed to know our rights. Most Americans have no idea what their rights are, and most judges, and to be honest with you, and lawyers that I run into, can't even tell me the 5 freedoms in the First Amendment. We're civically illiterate. You have to teach your children in the home what the Bill of Rights are. You have to educate them yourself. And you have to take a stand. When you see this happening in your local town, get your fellow citizens together, go down to your city hall, object, and if they won't listen to you, get signs, picket until you get their attention, and get the laws changed. You can do it peacefully, but you have to get involved. Most people are sitting around on their butts watching TV. What's going to happen to us in the end if we don't get up and get active and get involved in local politics, at least local politics, and change things and get the laws changed? Freedom is a word that in the next several decades people are not going to even know exists, because there will be no such thing.